The Hinterkaifeck murders stand as one of the most baffling and chilling unsolved cases in criminal history. This gruesome crime took place in 1922 on a remote farmstead in Bavaria, Germany. The victims were Andreas Gruber, his wife Kazilia, their daughter Victoria, Victoria's children Kazilia and Joseph, and the family's maid, Maria Baumgartner. Their brutal murders have perplexed investigators for over a century. The Gruber family lived in seclusion, about 70 miles north of Munich. Andreas Gruber, known for his strict and often harsh demeanor, ran the farm with his family. The farmstead, known as Hinterkaifeck, was located in a quiet, rural area, which made the events of late March 1922 even more unsettling. In the days leading up to the murders, strange occurrences plagued the Hinterkaifeck farm. Andreas Gruber discovered footprints in the snow leading from the edge of the forest to his home, but none leading back. He also heard footsteps in the attic and found an unfamiliar newspaper inside the house. Despite these oddities, Andreas did not report them to the police. On the evening of March 31st, 1922, someone lured Andreas, Kazilia, Victoria, and young Kazilia to the barn one by one, where they were brutally murdered with a mattock, a type of pickaxe. The killer then proceeded into the house, where they killed Maria Baumgartner and 2-year-old Joseph as they slept. The bodies were discovered days later when neighbors grew concerned about the family's absence. Investigators were baffled by the crime scene. The farm animals had been fed, and someone had recently eaten meals in the kitchen, indicating the killer had stayed on the farm for several days after committing the murders. Numerous suspects were questioned, including Victoria's estranged husband, Karl Gabriel, who was thought to have died in World War I, but might have returned under a false identity. Despite extensive investigations, no one was ever charged with the crime. The Hinterkaifeck murders have inspired numerous theories over the years. Some believe the killer was someone close to the family, possibly seeking revenge or driven by jealousy. Others suggest a more sinister explanation involving paranormal activity, given the strange events leading up to the murders. The case has been the subject of books, documentaries, and endless speculation, but remains unsolved to this day. As we delve deeper into the chilling details of this case, we'll explore the lives of the victims, the eerie events leading up to the murders, the investigation, and the enduring mysteries that continue to haunt Hinterkaifeck. Let's delve further into the chilling details of the Hinterkaifeck murders. After the discovery of the bodies on April 4th, 1922, police arrived at the Hinterkaifeck farm to begin their investigation. They were immediately struck by the brutality of the crime. Andreas Gruber, his wife Kazilia, daughter Victoria, and granddaughter Kazilia were found in the barn, their bodies stacked and covered with hay. Inside the house, they found the maid, Maria Baumgartner, and 2-year-old Joseph dead in their beds. Despite the severity of the murders, the crime scene was perplexing. The killer had stayed on the farm for several days, tending to the livestock and eating the family's food. Neighbors reported seeing smoke coming from the chimney in the days following the murders, indicating that the perpetrator was living in the house. This boldness suggested a familiarity with the farm and its routines. The investigation faced several challenges. The remote location of the farm meant that there were few witnesses, and the gruesome state of the bodies made it difficult to determine the exact sequence of events. Additionally, the local police force lacked experience with such brutal crimes, leading to numerous procedural mistakes. Theories about the identity of the killer varied. Some believed that Victoria's husband, Karl Gabriel, who was reportedly killed in World War I, might have returned and committed the murders. Others suspected Lorenz Schlittenbauer, a neighbor who had a relationship with Victoria, and was rumored to be the father of young Joseph. However, no concrete evidence ever linked any suspects to the crime. In an effort to find clues, investigators exhumed the victims' bodies and examined them in Munich. Despite this, the case grew cold, and the farm was eventually demolished in 1923. The new owners discovered a mattock hidden in the attic, believed to be the murder weapon, but it provided no new leads. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain a subject of fascination and horror. Over the years, amateur detectives and professional investigators alike have revisited the case, but it remains unsolved. The farm's isolated location, combined with the sheer brutality and mystery of the crime, has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and even a fictionalized movie. Today, the site of the Hinterkaifeck farm is marked by a memorial, reminding visitors of the tragic events that took place there over a century ago. The unanswered questions surrounding the murders continue to haunt those who delve into this dark chapter of German history.